Hello.
Hi.
I'm naked. Just a second. Just a second. I'm here though. We can talk.
Lucky me, I get naked time with Eli.
Oh my gosh. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
What
How's
a
the
roller
mama?
coaster ride this motherhood thing is. Oh my goodness.
It's different, isn't it?
All the things I thought I was prepared for are completely not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
And there's also like so many amazing things I didn't even know
Right.
were on their way to me. So
Right.
it's just, yeah. So,
All different things.
yes.
Oh, good. Well, I know it's not always the easiest, but I know you're rocking it. I know you're rocking it.
It's interesting because I actually it was such a traumatic delivery process.
Oh, was it?
I still haven't shared this publicly. I'm waiting to share my story publicly until I figure out how to share it without, you know how you never want to traumatize other people,
right?
You went through, right?
Right.
And I'm definitely I feel through it and on the other side of it and everything. But it's amazing how, I don't know, and you know this because you're already a mom, but I knew this was going to be a transformational experience,
right,
to step into. And so it's I had actually left a lot of space in my life and business so that I could step into next version Bethany without having to have a bunch of stuff to cancel or switch or change.
Mm-hmm.
So the spaciousness just served me so well because we ended up natural delivery, no drugs.
Wow.
No problems until the last push.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden it was they were he was moving and not coming all the way out and going back up. And they were what is happening? Emergency C-section. Wheeled me down the hall because his heart rate was coming back up. And Elizabeth is some Amazonian version of myself.
It was what?
It was an Amazonian version of myself.
Oh my gosh, yes.
On the C-section table. And I'm I'm freaking pushing this baby out. You are not cutting me. And it wasn't even about the C-section, but getting wheeled down that hall, it's the pain I was in, the thought process. I had verbalized to Jake about a week before. I was just people die in childbirth, and I'm not trying to be morbid, and I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just facing it.
Right.
And, it's and I choose to live. I'm making a decision now. Just so you know, if anything goes sideways, if I can't talk or if I can't, just know that I choose to live. Our goal,
right.
Our plan, our intentions are 2 humans go in, 3 humans come home. So whatever has to happen to make that the end result. But long story short, whatever something shifted in me, and I'm not. This is the part where it's I'm not ready to share it publicly yet, is because I don't want to in any way encourage people to not listen to doctors,
right?
Especially in that situation. But I listened to my body and my intuition, and everything inside of me was you have to push this baby out right now. And I did. And Eli, I ended up on 3 operating tables that day. They couldn't get my placenta. Yeah, so Jackson came out on that one point. He was totally fine. And then my placenta didn't come out. So it's a really rare, it's less than 3% of pregnancies have this. And mine was grade 3 out of 4 possibles that it could be. So, they did a manual procedure, a DNC, a surgical procedure, couldn't get my placenta out.
What? Was just so attached?
Yeah. So you think about all my miscarriages, it's because it wasn't sticky enough. It should be Velcro. All of those losses. And so then they they took us in an ambulance to a bigger hospital. They had 3 surgical teams meeting. I know, 3 surgical teams. They were like, we might have to do a hysterectomy. We might have to give you chemo to get this out.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And then
why chemo? Why chemo?
Because they were looking at options to save other organs because they couldn't tell from the ultrasound. Essentially, like all my other pregnancies, it wasn't sticky enough. The third surgeon, afterwards she told me, she said that placenta was holding on for dear life.
Oh wow.
So it was like 3 roots. But isn't it? Like, I'm like, the whole thing, there were so many miracles in the day. They ended up, all 3 operating tables I was on, they never actually had to cut me.
Wow.
How is that even possible? Like,
right.
they have, I went in for my 6-week checkup and they're like still studying my case. They're like, holy cow,
wow.
you're the placenta girl. I'm like, oh God, give me a different
name. I am.
But anyway, long story short, we all came home 5 days later, healthy, happy, good to go. And the last day I was there, the last day I was there, the doctor that delivered Jackson, he actually came to see me at the other hospital. And,
oh wow.
And he was like, I just want, he said it in a way, like in a very politically or medically correct way.
Right.
Essentially, he was like, if we would have cut you open for that C-section, you probably wouldn't have made it.
Oh my gosh. So you listened correctly.
Yeah. And so it's like,
why did you feel that?
Because they didn't know that I had a retained placenta.
Okay.
And if they would have, the C-section to cut like that, the way I would have started bleeding, like when they didn't even cut me and I needed 4 blood transfusions.
Wow.
Yeah. So he was like, if we would have cut, he's like, we would not have been able to get the blood here fast enough. And he's like, the hospital we were at, it's a good hospital, but just not prepared for that level of stuff.
Right, that level of emergency.
Yeah. So needless to say, I'm like coming home, I was just like, I feel so much more connected to my purpose, my like I'm here for a reason, and I am listening to myself with a whole new level of trust.
Okay, you need to get this message out sooner than later, girl.
I know.
Don't be fearful about.
I think thank you for letting me practice to tell my story, because I've been practicing with people I trust.
Yeah. I get it.
But so that's a big update for me. How are you doing?
Well, I am very well. It's been a little crazy, but good. Just a little crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, and I'm getting myself dressed. I'm a little bit behind. I was wanting to be all ready because I have an event I'm running to after you and I speak. I might even be driving there while we're talking.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, 2 weekends ago, I went to Houston for my first dance competition, ballroom dancing competition, and won in my category, so that felt good. And then I got to then perform with the pros, which was cool.
Yeah.
At the banquet, so that was a huge honor. And then went and the reason why we started all this is because of dancing, like the local Dancing for the Stars event, and I won that. I don't know if you've seen my photos or not.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so then, and are you? I can tell you because I trust you. I have been taken to the next level of Shark Tank. So I auditioned for Shark Tank.
Oh, yes.
And then I got notification. I haven't really, there's certain people I've told, but then I made it to the next level.
Woohoo!
So I've had to. What's that?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, what's going to be next. I had to create a big video describing what I do, what the product is, why I'm doing it, all of that. I had to, and there was like 37 pages of forms I had to fill out, all the way from like how to get started, how long have you been in business, what are your financials, what are your projections for this year, next year, like what about the projections of the lifetime of your business? I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
Right.
You know? And then like, you know, all the background stuff. If you had a felony, a bankruptcy, anybody affiliated with you had a bankruptcy, you know, like all of that stuff. So you kind of go, like, you know, there's nothing to hide, but at the same time, I'm like, am I doing something wrong in my business that, like, I don't know because I'm new in this business compared to them? You know, like you get all of these like triggers. I've had all of that happening. And then, just looking to see what I need here. Then this week, I got an email from the lady from the backstage creations from, what do you call it? From the Emmys. She emailed me. She's like, I was talking to the lady who does all the gifts, like all the gifts for all the actors and everything for Warner Brothers. And she's very interested in your kit. And she orders up to 700 at a time.
Fuck yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So I sent her a prototype of a type of kit for her, for Warner, you know, in the colors and all. So that's my life right now. While at the same time, Andre's job is going crazy with contracts not following through, and also it's like it's this huge size and really low.
Oh, hold on, you cut out there. You're paused.
I said there.
Hold on, you're still frozen.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, now I can. Okay, it's playing catch up.
It's been a cycle of huge. Sorry, I have to steam my clothes just a second. It's been a huge cycle of like huge. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay. A huge cycle of very, very highs and very, very high highs and very low lows, all at the same time.
Yep.
So that's me right now. But it's all good. We will make it through.
Well, that's part of the roller coaster ride and the adventure, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
It happens. I'm so excited for you. I'm so proud of you. It's funny, like I feel like when I comment on your posts and stuff, I'm always just like, yes, like this is like Eli Unleashed, like finally.
Finally, right?
And I'm so celebrating it because it's like you even would have glimpses of sharing that, I think, when we first met. Like back in that time, it was like you would peek at it and then you'd be like, oh fuck.
Right, yeah.
Oh no.
And now it's like, so no holds barred. It's like, just go.
Yep.
Right?
It's awesome.
So,
I'm so
yeah. Thank you. I apologize that I'm having to do this, but I'm focused on you.
No, you're fine. Like this is, so I think the whole intention of today was just for us to catch up and then get on the same page about having you pop in for a masterclass presentation in my mastermind group.
Right.
And I also wanted to double check if those had been sent out. Like, did you?
Let me check with my team and see. I know that we've been like overloaded with some stuff, so let me make sure and I can tell you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
I can hear you. So I just wanted to double check that because I know they're actually like starting to step into, both of them are doing a lot more live videos, and it's like one of those things where like I ended up telling them that their
check.
Glam Cam kit is coming.
Okay, I will. Let me check and see what is going on. Because we, like I said, we got inundated there.
Cool.
So,
the other piece.
Can we put it on the calendar when I'm talking to them?
Yes, that's what
I don't think we have. Okay.
Yeah, no, we don't have that on the calendar. So I did want to get that on the calendar.
Okay.
And also I was thinking if they could have access to their course with you before, so maybe have you come in April to do the master class, but then they would have time to have like been using the Glam Cam kit, or like it'll
Before?
be. Well, no, so I want them to have the Glam Cam kit at least a little bit before you do your master class, so that they can be like, oh my God, I love it. And here's the questions I have, or here's how it's changed my life, or blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
So that I mean, plus I know you're really busy, and I think we're already booked out for March anyway.
Are you?
What's that?
I said, are you?
Well, the trainings in there are already booked out. The mastermind, so in the mastermind it's the 2 girls in there now. I have 3 people, that I'm looking at welcoming into it. And, there's also, I guess, so this is for you to know, since you'll be presenting in there, but this is all behind the scenes stuff that I'm going to be rechanging the name, and like I have like a whole bunch of branding stuff that's going on this spring. So when you're
mastermind or general?
Kind of for my whole brand. Like it's been in the works for almost a year now, and it's all coming together in a really beautiful and easy way. So I'm just
good.
Yeah, I'm just finalizing, looking into some trademark stuff and those kinds of things.
Okay.
But to maximize, so I want the whole intention of us collaborating is so that this is a win-win. And so when you're in there, if you don't specifically reference the Magic Zone Mastermind, if you just say, and I can send this to you as a reminder as well, but like, just to be like, I'm so glad to be here supporting Bethany's clients, and just keep it at that, so that then I can give you, because I also want to give you exposure. I would want to keep the masterclass so that people can have that, like, as soon as they get the Glam Cam kit as part of their welcome package, and then that training will make even more sense.
And then it's timeless. You can use it for anything.
Exactly. Because also, like, I'm really focused right now on bringing in 3 really high level clients.
Cool.
So if that's going to actually be, so I would want to expose you to them as well. So I think if you're presenting the masterclass basically for my people instead of for a certain named program.
Perfect. Okay.
Then that will allow me to introduce you to people as an expert over and over and over and over again, without you having to actually book a masterclass in your calendar.
Right. I love it. Okay. I love it.
Fantastic. Do you have your calendar handy now and want to look at putting a date and time on there, or do you need a few minutes?
I do.
Okay.
Let me get over there. I'm just walking you around, so that's fine. All right. Actually, let me get my glasses.
Okay. You're okay. You're okay.
All right. You have a little one with you?
Yeah, you want to see him? Hold on. I'll flip you. I don't know if you can see him.
Oh,
with my boobs.
I see his beautiful head.
There he is.
Oh,
There he is.
he's got his milk coma.
Mm-hmm. He's been gaining. He's been averaging over half a pound and half an inch a week.
Wow.
Yeah. So, oops, drop it in there. Oops, what happened? What did I do? Do you happen to have anything on April 17th or 24th.
Let me see. My computer's going a little slowly. What is up?
Ain't got no time for that.
What's up, baby?
Said, ain't got no time for that.
No.
Slow
Oh,
Wi-Fi.
no. Talk to me, baby.
Right? Let's see. Or actually, no, wait, let's see. We're the end of February. You want to look at
No, we're now March 1st. We're now March 1st.
Okay. So do you have anything?
You look like you have a gigantic boob.
You what? I look like I have a big boob.
Yep. Man, you got some major cleavage there. Just boom. Now it's better. But it was just like you just saw the dome.
I know. You know what? I should be using my glam cam stand that's right behind me. Come on.
Well, that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yes. I have a question. I actually haven't figured out how to set my light around the stand and actually be able to hold my phone.
On the stand or the?
Yeah.
You clamp it on, you hold it, you clamp it onto the stand.
Yep.
You wrap one in one direction and wrap the other around the other direction.
Okay.
And then you use the selfie stick.
Yeah, I'm
The
using
selfie
the selfie
stick holder to
right.
hold your phone.
So this part, I clip it on or no?
Uh-huh. Yeah, you clip that onto the stick.
Hold on, let me show you what I'm doing.
I can send you a video.
Okay. Yeah, if you have a video, that'd be good. Because right now I use this chair.
Yeah.
I have a chair in my office that I use to sit on. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
no, I'll send you a video.
So I was a month ahead in my brain. I was in the wrong month. Do you have anything on March
Okay.
20th or 27th? They're Wednesdays.
Let me go look. What type of timing?
I'm pretty flexible, especially if we give them heads up. Typically somewhere between
Okay, so there's
10:30
not a
and
specific time for them?
no, especially not for guest experts. Like when I show up, it's the same time all the time, but I don't do those 2 weeks usually.
Okay. All right, so you said March 20th
Yep, or
or
the
27th?
Yes.
Let's do the 20th.
Okay, fantastic. What time do you want?
You're in
Eastern.
Eastern. I was trying to like say them all at the same time. What about 11 o'clock Eastern?
Sure.
10 o'clock my time?
Perfect. Okay, so March 20th, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Right, 10 Central. And I will confirm today what's going on with the kids.
Okay,
and,
perfect. And I will have I'll have Tracy send you over a link to it's a jot form where you'll just put like, obviously we know your name, but if you just put in your basic contact information, and then like the title of your master class, a brief description, your bio, and a picture is essentially what we're gonna ask for. So then that's how we'll feature you inside the membership site.
Okay.
So it's not complicated, but it is helpful for us to have that. So other than that, and then once she gets that from you, she'll send you a confirmation and you'll get a Zoom link to log into.
Okay.
That you will be the host so that you can mute participants or take questions or do whatever you want. We'll give you host access. And
Okay, will you be there too?
I plan to be there, yeah. So, but I'll most like, how does that work? I give you host access, so if I need to come and go a little bit during your presentation, I have that freedom, and you don't, like, you get to not be bothered by any of that.
Right, nothing will get lost.
And let's see. Let's see. So I'm thinking topic-wise, I just want to brainstorm with you. Because
Sure.
I know as
I'm going to start driving.
Yep. Do you need a minute or can you still hear me?
Nope. No, I can keep talking.
Okay. So
as long as you're okay with me, like,
I want to find a topic that really speaks to, like, kind of like to my ideal client in a way that is so kind of, I guess I'm looking for your expertise, something that isn't in the course, right? Like, because if they have the course and they have the videos, there's going to be two kinds of people, I think, from either my mastermind or my VIP clients that as they experience, like as they get their glam cam kit, they're either going to like love what you do and become a raving fan and probably buy more video glam cam kits and stuff like that.
right.
And then, or second, like they are going to be like the type of person that they're like, that's awesome that she has a course. And I don't, you know, they probably like almost like they're not going to be the people that go through the whole course. They'd rather just hire you for an intensive or something.
Right.
So,
they're like, I don't have time to DIY it.
Yeah. So it's, I think the value, you're going to build your expert status in the group, regardless if they're just customers or if they become like bonus and intensive people or however they reach out to you. So I think then understanding that, I think if you highlight what you talk about in your course. So that it's like, listen, I know you guys have access to this course where we covered this, and this. So almost if you do like a highlight reel, just mentioning what's covered, and then just say today's masterclass is really about adding value that isn't in the course and that is specific to, you know, the type of people Bethany works with. And I know you're all busy, you're all motivated, you're all experts at what you do. And so I guess I'd love to brainstorm kind of like what direction you would think of taking that, like what masterclass topic you would think of sharing.
Okay. I'm thinking, sorry, you're seeing me like up close, like up my nostril. Here. You're so adorable. I love this. I wish I could screenshot this. It's gonna, I don't know how, well, I guess I could. Here, just a second, let me see.
Do you have an iPhone?
There we go. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let me try it. Yay! I will crop that and then get it to you.
Okay,
cool. Awesome. Like the whole scene looks amazing. I love it. Now that you've got it all set up and all. Okay. So the course, I'll tell you about what the course covers, and then that way, you know more specifically. I mean, it's the foundations of video creation. You know, your lighting, your sound, your framing, your background, all of that, the equipment you need, but then also how to craft your champion or hero story, your body language, how to get relaxed in front of the camera, on camera delivery, getting the jitters out, all that kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So we don't need to cover any of that.
Yeah, I'm curious. Do I have access to the course too, or no?
I don't know if that's been provided to you through your assistant or not. I can get it to you. Or do you have something to write with?
What's that?
Do you have something to write with?
I do.
Okay. I can just, or even just put, good into your computer.
Yeah, let's do that. Then it's just done.
Yep. Go to yourinnercelebrity.com.
1 second. Can you still hear me okay?
Yep.
Yourinnercelebrity.com. Okay.
And then at the top right, there should be, you're on a computer or you're like a tablet?
Computer.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it should be at the top right, something about Vault. Like Video Vault. Webcam Video Vault, and it's password protected.
Okay.
Okay, you see it? Okay, and the password, all lowercase, all one word, Be Iconic, BU, fully spelled out.
Okay.
And then that then has an intro video, you know, little welcomes, and that's where you could actually, I can either make you a short little video on how to attach the light, or it'll show in that unboxing video of like how to put it all together, how to use it.
Okay, well, I'll take a look through it.
Okay.
Because I think like that's the part, like if we can get them their access to that course, even while the kit is on their way to that, even if it hasn't been mailed yet, knowing that it's on their way to them.
Yeah, they can get started in that anyway. Yeah, because it's going to take time.
Yeah, because we've been, like, our workshop last month was all, or last week actually was all on messaging. And so cool. I started them on, like, their, what's your story, what's your journey, like and I referenced, so I'd love to, like, I think
send it to them now.
That would be a great time for them to get in and see the value and get excited. I know they're all like, Carrie, one of the girls, she's like, did you make sure you mailed it to my studio and not my home address? Because I've been on the lookout and like looking for the UPS.
Oh, but it'll get there. Let me check with my team, because I know that there are certain things that they're like, okay, this needs to get done, that good. So yours might be in there. So sorry.
Nope, that's okay.
But yeah, send them this access, because that way they'll already get access. It'll teach them already how to put it together, because the intro video says something like, you know, you either have the kit or it's on your way. So now it's time to, you know, start getting to know it and get to know, you know, learn, so that once you get it, you're ready.
Because I know you sell this course. You don't have like login usernames, like, so that people aren't just sharing the password around?
Yeah, I know. I'm switching that over to my ClickFunnels to a membership.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, right now it's been kind of like, don't share it. But people can,
like,
you know?
Honor.
Yeah, exactly. And so,
I'm actually moving almost my whole business over to Kartra. And
Kartra?
Yep. And it's like, I'm so excited that I got to see the back end of it last week, and I'm like, oh, and it's not
that
even
is just cool.
It's not even just that it looks good, it's that it's a frigging like marketing like it does everything.
Cool.
So it's
Kartra with a K or a C?
Kartra.
Okay. Awesome. I'll have to look at that.
Definitely check it out. And there's because I know I had sent you, I think of you every once in a while when I see different things, and I send it. So
yes, you did send something, but it was something different. Was it Kartra? I don't think it was.
No,
it was
that
an
wasn't
AppSumo thing.
That was like an AppSumo deal of the day.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So you probably saw it anyway, but it made me think of you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So. Okay, so now that I have the course, I'll link them into that earlier.
Sounds great. Yes, send it to them now that they've been doing their messaging. It's like, okay, now go and put yourself together.
Like we just opened that conversation, so it's like they're doing their homework and but it's like even just seeing them step in and powerfully share, or like they implement really quickly, which I love.
That's awesome.
So with that being said, what topics are you, like, do you have topics that you feel like are really complementary to your course and what you already talk about?
Excuse me. The element of really finding your essence and putting that out there authentically really is like the crux of what I do. It's like finding that essence, reconnecting with it. And because for so long, so many of us we allow society to condition us, or we allow, others to tell us our value, our worth, what's possible for us, or we make contracts with ourselves, from, very early ages of, what is possible and how much we're allowing ourselves to receive. So we push ourselves down, push, And then we feel disconnected to why we're even here and our full expression, because we don't want to rock the boat. Don't want to be too big. We don't want to upset anyone or get retribution, haters and the like, the mean girls and the like. So now what I really love doing is helping you re-access that, and then confidently stepping out into in your spotlight. And so we could talk about the things that, now that they've got the basics, the wherewithal of how to use their camera and all of that, but no, you can have all that, but if you are not fully like, hey, I got to share myself, you're not going to go out there, and you won't be as effective. And so I can talk to that and talk through, different elements of that. And then I really love when I speak to find out specifically what the group needs and then speak to that. I follow my intuition. So I feel like, I can talk a lot about that and then pull that out. Like what's going to really keep, now you know all the logistics, what's going to keep you from going out there? Because there's something that's going to keep you from going out there, where we still, quote unquote, keep hiding in plain sight. Yeah. You can be very visible, but still be hiding. And it wasn't for me personally, it wasn't until I fully accessed dancing again that I'm like, okay, here I am. Excuse my language. Fuck,
yeah.
It's all like balls to the walls. Fuck anyone who has an issue with it, because I feel so empowered. And when you do that, your message becomes so much stronger. You impact so many more people, and you get messages like what I'm getting on a daily basis saying, thank you so much for fully showing up, because you've inspired me to go back and do X, Y, and Z, or get back into this, or, and that's what we're here for. So I would feel really good sharing that with them. It's like, okay, you can put on all the pretty makeup, you can fix your hair, get all the right clothes, have the right lighting, but if you, so in a sense, you're looking the part, but you're not being the part. And maybe it could be that.
Okay, yeah, that feels good. I like the avenue also of trusting your intuition, and also about accessing your story not from a place of so much structure. So like, for example, this is some of the resistance or not resistance, but I kind of mentioned in the workshop that I was hosting, supporting them, where it was like, okay, today we're really working on who do you need to be to show up. I mean, that's like a theme of how I coach is
exactly who do you need to be,
like,
right. And that coincides then.
Yeah, that's the whole, like, that's what I sell self-mastery for high performance individuals. So
perfect. Love it.
So as they are stepping into understanding themselves, they're doing that because they understand that's going to make everything they want happen faster and easier.
Completely.
And
right.
It's not just about going through the steps of, here's the 12 steps of a hero's journey and what, and filling in the blank. It's got to be, what are you drawn to share? What feels important for you to share? What scares the shit out of you to share?
So you're saying have me speak to the intuition side of things?
Yeah.
Not just me following, but to pull it out from them.
Yeah, and I think even if you share your story about like maybe like a abbreviated version of how you followed your gut hit to like create the video glam cam kit and take it to the Emmys, how many, like, I know
this is how I live my life now. Yeah. Like, it's complete, like, I no longer doubt when something hits me, and I can talk to this. I mean, this is my intuition, my God whispers, whatever you want to call it. Like, if I hear something, sense something, feel something, I act on it right away. I don't spend time doubting, because that's what I used to do, and then it made me look the part, not be the part. And so it's about listening, following through, and doing, and then the next thing opens up. The next thing opens up. And so I could definitely talk to that. And I do that. I do the same thing. Some people need more preparation time when they're doing their live. I literally will come back home from an event, sit in my car and say, okay, what do you want me to talk about? bam, okay, I'm ready to go. Like I just, like if I feel that, I know that's what I'm supposed to do.
Okay. So when you're presenting, this is one thing that would be really powerful for you to be aware of how, like, so human design is one of my specialties. And I know when I look at your chart, like you're a sacral authority. So that yes or no go is actually
yes, exactly.
That's not true for everybody.
Correct.
And so everyone that's in the group. So for example, I know one of the girls that will be there is an emotional authority. So she has the sacral center activated. So she's like, the yes or no is her first step, but then she needs to have emotional clarity, which can take time.
Right.
And so if as you're sharing that, I think if as you share it, that you just share that you getting in touch with the process that's right for you.
Right.
Is how you have your maybe your routine, your process that supports you listening to you taking aligned action.
Right.
And that each person is going to have a slightly different process. So it's not about copying. Like it's not like, oh, you have to be exactly like Elizabeth and get in the car and go live 2 seconds later and you're going to nail it. That's not actually the part that's having this be successful for you. The part that's having this be successful for you is that is your design. That is how you, that's how
and I'm stepping into it.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
no, that's good. And I so love that you're telling me that, to be aware of that. So that's also something how I like to do these types of talks too, is like, please feel free at any point to like add to the conversation. Like, say, hey, for example, like that's such an amazing, if I were to like forget, that is, with your human design, that's how you are. Can you speak to maybe the others as well, if there are other people who have different ways? That'll click. So feel like I love discussing with the host to keep it, because you know what your people need. So if like I'm not addressing something, or if you want me to, specifically, or I haven't expanded on something that you're like, ooh, because I reminded you of something that somebody else is dealing with.
Well, and I think
please
the
share.
Yeah, the goal of the masterclass is really to complement the Video Glam Cam Kit and also the work that they're doing with me. So, like some of the biggest things I see around how people are showing up in their life, that is, first of all, I think going on video magnifies anything that they're killing it in, and it also magnifies their struggles, their fears, and all of that.
You know what, I can also, in talking about that, I can talk about, as an example, in my dancing, how initially I was wrapping a jacket around my butt, around my waist, and I was hiding. And I was dancing, but I was talking to Sean and Megan. And Sean, do you know this story?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but because of it, like, everything opened up. And because I was trying to hide, whatever you hide is what everybody sees, even if it's just subconsciously. So it's like, stop hiding, own it, let it be open. Because like, what's so crazy is that because I showed it, like I stopped hiding it, my butt's gotten smaller without me even trying.
Yeah. It's
interesting. So like what you fear, what you're insecure about, if you own it and just go, okay, this is how I am, it actually, the power gets taken away from it. Mm-hmm. So I can talk about that as well, if that comes up. Because that speaks to your insecurities.
We'll go here. All right, so I'll just do our brainstorm. So intuition.
Mm-hmm. Human design. Just as a trigger for me to remember.
Yeah. Stop hiding.
Uh-huh.
Everybody sees it.
Yeah. It's like what you're most insecure about is what everybody's going to see.
I know. We don't hide anything actually that well, huh?
No, we don't. But then the thing is, if you don't hide it, it doesn't, again, the power gets taken away, and there's like, nobody even notices it because they see the other beauty, other positive things in you. So.
Okay.
Yeah, following the intuition, following those nudges. How do you process those nudges? The important thing is that you don't start analyzing the nudges and doubting them. Like, do what you need to do to process them to then get into action, whether it's yes, no, process the emotional side of it, what have you.
Yeah. Okay, so this is another thing that would be really cool. So I have 6 assessments that I have my VIP clients take.
Okay.
And I connect all the dots. So it's like each one, like human design on its own, like people build businesses just off that.
Okay.
Same thing with Colby, same thing with wealth dynamics.
Right.
So
right.
all these different things, they're super powerful on their own. And the way that I combine them is ultimately the Bethany experience that people get.
Okay, right.
And so part of this is understanding, like, so for example, one of my clients and I, our wealth dynamic is both stars. Like, and she's a splenic authority, I'm an emotional authority. She's a manifestor, I'm a projector. So like I'm a 2-9, she's like a high fact finder.
Okay.
So all of these differences, if we were just following this one protocol where it's like, oh, we're both stars, we should be doing the same things. Actually, totally not true. Some of the things are the same for us. And so, like, for example, don't doubt it. Don't overanalyze the action. Like, that's something where certain individuals, and they will all know who they are in my world. It'll be like, if you're a high fact finder, don't let yourself get stuck in the fact finding, get just enough information so that you can take action.
Like celebrate that for yourself, but don't get so mired into the whole thing.
Yeah. So because, for example, like someone that has a score of 8 in that category, they actually do need to analyze. That's where they're going to probably find their genius of what to share. And so for someone, but like, for example, for me, I'm a 4. So I'm like, just give me the cliff notes and I'm going to run with it.
Right.
And so for me to go into, I'm going to Google this 100 times is a way that I would be hiding. But for someone that's a high fact finder, they're actually honoring and they're going to find their magic in that place.
Okay. That makes sense.
So,
that makes
but
sense.
I think, so yeah, it's that, stop hiding. And then I think, like your story, I think the pieces about the sweatshirt on your butt.
Yeah.
You're okay. You're okay.
And once you're finished writing, would you send me a picture of that?
Yes.
Thank you.
I have this. I love having these Post-it note whiteboards. Like I'll show you. I keep them hanging on the back.
I love them. Yeah.
And
they're so powerful.
Behind. So yeah, I use them for my coaching calls all the time. Stop hiding.
Stop hiding in plain sight.
And so these aren't necessarily in order. I'm just getting the notes.
No, they're just, yeah.
Okay. So video. I say I always teach video amplifies what's really going on.
Totally. And that's why it's so super important to get clear on what you're doing and why, because whatever marketing you do is just going to amplify it. So if you're not confident in it, that lack of confidence is going to get amplified. If you are, that'll get amplified. Whew. I'm walking up to the location where I need to be and somebody's smoking. Whew.
Ugh.
outside.
I gotta say though, I do love a good cigarette. I don't do it
I
anymore.
know. I used
I
to
don't
too.
do it anymore, but man.
I know. I get it.
I'm
I'm right there with
Sometimes
you.
I'll smell them and I'm like, eh. Other times I smell them and I'm like, oh my God, I would die for one of those right now.
Right?
Just kidding. I won't really die for one.
Thank you.
Um,
Okay, girly. I thought I would be in a place where it wouldn't be too loud, but it is. Let me move.
no, I was going to say, I feel good about this. So if I
Just
screenshot
like-
it to you, and next steps is Eli. Next steps is check if kits are mailed. And reply with speaker.
And how much time do we have when we during for the class?
I book out 2 hours.
Cool.
So-
Okay, perfect. Because then we can close with, personal coaching a bit around those issues or question answer, however.
Yeah, I love that. If you're willing to do that, absolutely.
Of course.
I'm going to have Tracy send speaker form and I'm going to text the pic of notes. Okay, so I'm going to send you a picture of this.
Perfect.
And Tracy send you an email with the speaker form that you can fill in.
And I will check
Your
on
job-
that.
Yep, you're going to check on the kits that have been mailed and reply to fill out the form.
Okay. Okay. Sounds
And
good.
this is for
March 20th,
20th.
10/11. And I will send you the photo of your cuteness.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Photo. Let's see. Yeah, amazing.
Awesome. I'm so excited.
Me too. And I'm just gonna put in the side here that my focus is on with these people is self-mastery for high performance individuals.
I so love this niche you're in. It's so powerful and so clear for you.
What's that?
I love this niche that you're in
Thank you.
now that you've developed because it's so you and so in alignment.
Yeah, it lets me do all my things
Exactly.
without trying to be an expert in everything. I'm just like,
Exactly.
I help you become an expert in you. That's what I'm
Exactly.
an
I
expert
love
in.
it. I love
Thank
it.
you.
It's so
Yeah.
it's so brilliant. It's so you.
Yeah.
I'm having to put the
It
phone
feels
up
like
to
I'm
me.
home.
Oh,
So yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, so I will take a picture of this and send that over, and I feel like we're ready to go for March 20th. Because I know we both have a lot going on. So if I don't see you until then, other than email or text or whatever, as needed for this, I mean,
Right.
you can always get me on Facebook Messenger or Voxer. I'm back on
Right.
Voxer again.
Okay, cool. Good,
I
good.
wasn't on there, but you popped up in there for me. So
And I have to apologize. I want to make sure I apologize. I was waiting for a call from you, and then I was like, wait, we're on Zoom. So that's why I came on a couple of minutes. I was like, oh shoot, that's right.
oh, that's all right. You're all good. It's all good. Oh, well, it's so nice to see your gorgeous face
And
and
great to see your extra boob.
my
So beautiful.
my uni boob is named Jackson.
You what?
I said my uni boob is named Jackson. There you
I
go.
know, he's so gorgeous. Oh my
Little
god.
sneak
Oh
peek.
my god.
Little
Don't
sneak
you just
peek.
want to stare at him all the time?
Yeah, and I love like wearing him like this, and they're like, you have it on perfectly when you can kiss their forehead. Just like you shouldn't have
Exactly.
to reach, like they should be right there.
Right. No, and he feels so good right there.
I
Oh,
know.
I love you so much, Stephanie.
I love you so much too. One
That's
thing
so-
before you get off the phone, I have to say
Yeah.
I had the best time, or not the best time. I had such a feel-good moment about you, remembering what a good time we had in when we met up in Paris in that little, what's the Montmartre or something?
Montmartre.
Montmartre. My sister and her husband actually went there for New Year's, and they stayed up there. They said it was the best place to see the fireworks because they could see them at the Eiffel Tower. They could see them everywhere, and then they had their own show. Yeah,
that's perfect.
And she said it was too crazy with all the threats and stuff that were going on near the Eiffel Tower. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've been there. I know exactly where you are.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
And that crazy
we had some
Uber
great
ride.
memories, you and I.
That crazy picture guy and the crazy Uber ride and all that
Oh
kind
my
of
gosh,
stuff.
let's not even bring all that up. All the lack
Girl,
of planning.
isn't it nice that that's so far behind us? And
Yes. Yes. Yeah, there's like so many learning moments. It was like, okay, let's just slam it.
You're like, yeah, I want my $10 back.
Yeah, hello. Anyway, it was so good to see
so
you.
much.
I love you. You are such a strong like rock in my life, and it's just so nice to be able to go like for a year and not talk and go, hey, it's just the same.
Yeah.
Or I always know.
When
I can pick up the phone.
Okay. Yep.
So
I love you, girl.
Congratulations on deck.
Thank you. And you too.
I'll see you later.
Congrats. We'll see you soon. Bye.
What's that?
So we'll see you soon.
I'll see you soon. Bye, baby.
Bye.